What's up, garden nerds? Today we're gonna nerd out over harvesting your seeds from your vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and everything else. It's gonna be awesome. Come on, let's go. What's up, guys? Today I am here in one of my in-ground garden beds. You might remember a video, if you look up here you can see it, where I planted all of this. I planted some broccoli, I planted some cauliflower, I planted some kale, some cilantro, I planted a bunch of stuff. But today I want to talk about harvesting seeds from your vegetable garden once the season is over. Because if you harvest your own seeds, you never have to buy seeds again. You can become self-sufficient. You'll never run out of food when the apocalypse happens. So this right here doesn't look like cauliflower, but this was once cauliflower. Once it was a nice white head of cauliflower, but it's not anymore. Obviously, as you can tell, it is full of flowers. It has these long stems. This is what is called going to seed or bolting. If you do not harvest your cauliflower heads or your broccoli heads or really any vegetable, after a while, once it heats up, especially here in the desert Southwest, once it heats up just a little bit, these things will go to seed. They will send out flowers. Okay, so what do you do with that? What does that mean? Well, if you allow it to go to seed, it flowers. By the way, all the bugs and insects and bees love the flowers. Once you do that, it will then produce seeds. And with those seeds, you can harvest them and use them in your next year's garden. So let's go over a few tips and tricks and how you can harvest your own seeds and become self-sufficient. All right, so a few tips. If you are going to allow your broccoli or cauliflower or anything to go to seed, choose the best looking plant. If you choose a good looking plant, most likely it's going to produce good seeds that will give you good looking plants next season. So don't choose the crappiest plant and say, yeah, I don't want to eat that one. Let that one go to seed. We'll use the seeds on that. No, choose the best looking plant and let that one go to seed. Also, this is not a very good example, but I wanted to let them go to seed so I could make a video on it to show you. Plants in the brassica family, which would be things like kale, cauliflower, broccoli, they are cross-pollinators. So if you have broccoli and cauliflower right next to each other and they go to flower like both of these are, they will cross-pollinate. The seeds won't be very good next year. You're not going to get a true cauliflower seed or a true broccoli seed. So if you're going to decide to let one of your plants go to seed, only do that one plant at a time. You need to space at least like 500 feet, 1,000 feet away if you're going to allow different sets of plants in the brassica family to go to seed. So what I would recommend is 1 year, allow your broccoli to go to seed and nothing else. Harvest all the seeds from here, and then you have seeds for the next 5 years for your broccoli. Then the next year, allow your cauliflower to go to seed and use those seeds for the next 5 years. One plant going to seed will give you hundreds, if not thousands, of seeds. So only do one at a time. Second part, let's get into this. And every vegetable is going to be a little bit different, but broccoli, cauliflower are going to be very, very similar. So it will bolt out. You'll see the yellow flowers. Again, the bees love them. You don't want to do anything yet. After a while, those flowers will turn into these little seed pods. Don't know if you can see them here. There are lots and lots of seed pods. Now, we still don't want to do anything with these. You need to wait until these seed pods become very dry and brittle. They may even fall off of the plant. If you pick them now, they're very soft and green. There's not going to be good mature seeds in there. But once they become brown, brittle, dry, at that point, you will be able to break open these seed pods and there will be a bunch of seeds in just one seed pod. And so you can see all these flowers here are going to turn into seed pods. Like I said, you're going to get hundreds, if not thousands, of seed pods. But don't pick them too early. Wait for them to get old, brown, dry. That's when you want to pick and harvest the seeds. And then once you harvest the seeds, just make sure that you store them in a very cool and dry place. You don't want them out in the sun. You don't want them getting moist. You don't want them too hot. And when you do that, you can store seeds for years and years and years. But this is what you can do, guys, to be able to become self-sufficient. When I planted this garden, all these plants came from starts. that I went to the nursery, bought the starts, that can become expensive. But if you use starts one time and then you harvest the seeds from those starts, you never have to go to the nursery again and buy starts. You'll have seeds, your own seeds, that have been proven to grow here in this desert Southwest or really wherever you are, and you'll never run out of food again. And you can see it's just not the broccoli and cauliflower, this cilantro here, you can see the flowers. It's going to flower, it's going to seed. That means you're gonna get seeds and you're gonna be able to use those seeds. Now, how the seeds appear will be different in every vegetable, but most every single vegetable, if you allow it to, will bolt, will go to seed. Get those seeds, become a self-sustaining gardener. Something that is also kind of cool to point out, I've never done it, but I know you can. People eat these flowers. You can take the flowers off and you can eat them. People also eat the seed pods when they're still green and young, like they are here. Supposedly very nutritious, supposedly they taste very good. Let's not say supposedly, let's see. Let me eat this. Tastes like nothing. But if it's healthy, I'll eat it. So anyways, that's another tip. Now, one tip, if you don't want your vegetables to go to seed, if you don't want them to bolt, because once they start going to seed, they're not gonna taste as good, they're gonna taste kind of bitter. So if you're in the desert Southwest, if the temperature gets too hot, even for a few days, if the sun hits them too hard, they're gonna go to seed. Once you start seeing them do that, you might have time to cut them off and eat them, but like I said, probably gonna taste a little bitter. So make sure you harvest in time. Don't allow your broccoli or cauliflower, once you see the nice heads, don't allow it to sit there too long or else it will go to seed. All right guys, that is it. Thank you for joining me on this awesome spring day. You can see it's cloudy, the wind has been blowing. It's a perfect spring day. If you haven't already started planting your spring gardens, get out there and plant them now. Now is a perfect time to do it. Please subscribe to the channel, please like the video, and I will see you next time.